All right, let's just jump right in. We hear about new inventions all the time. New tech, constant progress. It's kind of the background noise of our lives. But what if I told you we're getting close to making our very last invention? Seriously, the one that means there's nothing left for us to invent.
Okay, listen to this quote from the philosopher Nick Bostrom. He said, "Machine intelligence is the last invention humanity will ever need to make." Wow! I mean, just let that sink in for a second. That is a heavy and honestly a pretty chilling statement. It's not just some random prediction. He's getting at something really fundamental about what intelligence is.
So you gotta ask, right? Why the last invention? I mean, we've invented some pretty huge stuff. Fire, electricity, the internet. What makes this AI thing so fundamentally different? Why is it the end of the line for human invention?
Well, the whole idea really hinges on this one concept, and it's called the intelligence explosion. The best way to think about it is like a chain reaction, but for intelligence, a process that, once it starts, could just spiral completely out of our control. Almost like an intellectual bomb going off.
And here's how it would go down. It's actually pretty simple and, well, kind of terrifying. So, step one, we finally do it. We build a machine that's smarter than any human. A real game changer, right? But then step two, that machine, being way smarter than us, turns around and designs an even smarter machine. Something we couldn't even dream of building ourselves. And then, you see where this is going, step three, the cycle just repeats, over and over. Each new version smarter than the last, and the whole thing gets faster and faster and faster until it's just this runaway explosion of intelligence.
Okay, so if this intelligence explosion is a real possibility, the big question, the only question that matters is, where does that leave us? And according to this idea, it leaves humanity staring at a massive fork in the road. We're talking about two completely different futures. So let's look at this fork in the road. Path number one, it's the best thing that could ever happen to us. I mean, imagine an intelligence that could cure cancer, end world hunger, solve our energy problems, maybe even help us explore the galaxy. A literal utopia, all thanks to this one invention. But then there's the other path. And on that path, it's not the best thing, it's the last thing, the end of our story. A new form of intelligence so far beyond us that we just become irrelevant, or worse.
So, you see, the whole point here is that the question isn't if AI is going to change everything. That's a given. It's kind of past the point of debate. A massive world-altering change is pretty much baked into the cake at this point. And that brings us, well, it brings us right back to the single most important question of our time. The question that hangs over every single bit of this incredible progress. Is this thing we're building going to be the best thing that has ever happened to us, or is it going to be the last?